स्पेशली अनिति जी, अंकुर जी, अरविंद भाई और अंबर जी, आप सबका मैं बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद देता हूँ आपको कि आपने इतने कम समय में इतने इम्पोर्टेंट टॉपिक को आपने जो है वो एड्रेस करने के लिए संगीता जी को बुलाया है। संगीता जी के बारे में अगर मुझे थोड़ा सा इंट्रो और देना पड़े तो मैं सबसे पहले कहना चाहूँगा कि संगीता जी इज़ ऑल्सो माई मेंटोर, और मैंने संगीता जी के साथ में करीब 1.5 वर्ष काम किया है जब मैं नया नया ग्रेजुएट हुआ था बॉम्बे में। और खेतान लीगल एसोसिएट्स जो फर्म है उसमें संगीता जी उस फर्म के इंसेप्शन से जुड़ी हुई है 2014 से। फर्म के जो मैनेजिंग पार्टनर हैं मिस्टर साकेत खेतान जी, वो लंदन बेस्ड हैं, और वो लंदन और मुंबई, और स्पेशली लंदन, मुंबई और दिल्ली, इन 3 जगहों के बीच में ज़्यादा इनका काम है। और सबसे महत्वपूर्ण बात जो मैं बताना चाहूँगा वो ये है फर्म के बारे में कि फर्म सिर्फ एक कमर्शियल लॉ फर्म ही नहीं है। फर्म जो है अपने आप में एक इंस्टीट्यूशन है, एक संस्था है जिसका एक ऑब्जेक्टिव है कि उनको एज अ नॉलेज पार्टनर रीच आउट करना है वेरियस गवर्नमेंट बॉडीज़ के साथ साथ, एंड नॉट ओनली गवर्नमेंट बॉडीज़, मैं तो मानता हूँ कि साथ साथ जितने भी आम जनता है उस तक भी गवर्नमेंट की पॉलिसी रिलेटेड डिसीजंस, उनका इंटरप्रिटेशन, क्या क्या पॉलिसीज़ बननी चाहिए, पॉलिसी फॉर्मुलेशन में एक आम नागरिक का क्या रोल होना चाहिए, वो भी चीज़ें जो है उनको लेके ये लोग काफ़ी काम करते हैं। सो इट्स लाइक अ प्रॉपर इंस्टीट्यूशनल सेटअप जिसके साथ में साथ साथ में मैं ये भी कहना चाहूँगा कि जैसा कि हमारे प्रधानमंत्री कई बार कहते हैं कि वी शुड फोकस ऑन द पार्टिसिपेटिव गवर्नेंस। तो पार्टिसिपेटिव गवर्नेंस की जो माइलस्टोन है वो ये इस चीज़ के उसमें ये फेथ रखते हैं, और ये काफ़ी बिलीफ है इनका। तो आगे जो है ज़्यादा बात ना मैं खुद ना बोलते हुए मैं जो है संगीता जी को इनवाइट करना चाहूँगा प्लेटफॉर्म पे। संगीता जी प्लीज़ अपनी बात रखिए आज के टॉपिक पे।
Thank you, Siddharth. Thank you very much for this kind introduction. And मैं सबसे पहले, before I start, I would like to thank the entire Namo app team because ये जो initiative है आप लोगों का, I would like to tell all the people on this platform. बहुत कम लोग होते हैं जो एक आम आदमी की, एक आम इंसान की बात सब तक पहुंचाने का कोई जरिया या कोई प्लेटफॉर्म ढूंढने में निस्वार्थ मेहनत करते हैं। और इस प्लेटफॉर्म के जितने भी वॉलंटियर्स हैं, आई वुड लाइक टू एटलीस्ट थैंक गिव टू देम दैट दे हैव टेकन दिस इनिशिएटिव. They have taken the initiative to ensure that the vision of our respective prime minister, our respective government reaches as much of masses as possible. So thank you very much for this platform and allowing me and giving me this platform to speak today. A really very big thanks to all of you, the entire Namo team. With this, I would like to introduce some concepts which I have been thinking over the past few days since we stepped into this new normal. You know, it's the talk of the town that we are now in this new normal. And what has been this new normal? Some people are raising their hands to me on this platform to say that if I would just speak something about myself. So I don't have actually much to speak about myself. If you really ask me who I am a resident citizen national of this country. My name, like Siddharth said, and Ankurji and Arvindji said, Sangeeta Junjunwala. Of course, partner of Khaitan Legal Associates, a very esteemed firm which has, like Siddharth considers me to be one of his mentors. I consider the firm to be by itself my mentor for providing me this platform to reach onto another platform and reach all of you. So that's only. I don't have much to speak about myself because, like all of you who are listening to me on this platform, I am equally as small as you people are. And in a way, very big because we are a part of this country. So, to that extent, we are also very big participant to it. I would get back to my topic. When we entered this new normal, I was listening to a lot of voices around me. Everybody is saying, oh my God, this is like, we have entered a pandemic era. Oh, this is entering like a global slowdown. Oh, every country is being impacted by this. How are we going to face this pandemic? But my initial thought towards it is, when I started, is our culture itself, our tradition itself has taught us to be something really very powerful and fight in adverse situation. The moment we take a stand of standing in adversity itself, that stand itself transforms our spirit, that it's no more going to be adversity, and we are very soon going to lie into a situation that's extraordinarily prosperous and full of prosperity. Like in Hindi we have a saying, प्रतिकूल परिस्थिति किसी भी तरह अपने को आप को अनुकूल बनाने में हमेशा सक्षम रखती है खुद को. Any adverse situation always allows us that we get into a positive situation. That's the strength of any adverse situation. And I think personally ये जो आज situation हम सबके सामने आई है, ये जो ये जो परिस्थिति हमारे साथ सामने आई है, ये बेसिकली इट्स अ नॉक ऑन आवर डोर. ये एक हमारे दरवाजे पे खड़खड़ाहट है कि हम प्रतिकूल परिस्थिति में खुद को कैसे अनुकूल वातावरण में खुद को महसूस करें. एंड whenever on these aspects I have been listening to our prime minister, जब जब मैं हमारे प्राइम मिनिस्टर जी मिस्टर नरेंद्र मोदी जी को सुनती हूँ, आई फील लाइक हमारा थॉट प्रोसेस, हमारा कल्चर, हमारा ट्रेडिशन बिल्कुल सही जा रहा है. ये जो सिचुएशन आज हमारे सामने आई है, द सर्कमस्टांसेस टुडे दैट आर इन फ्रंट ऑफ अस has been to us been gifted by God in my view. It's not something that we just unfortunately landed on. It is something that has fortunately come to us to make us more stronger. So even before I start my topic for today, I would request everyone to have an open mind and look towards this entire situation in the light of optimism and positivity. Because the moment we are into a negative situation and the pessimistic thoughts that ponders us, every opportunity dilutes down its way. So please don't do that to yourself and to your near dear ones around us. I get that this is a challenging situation. It is indeed a challenging time. There is no doubt, no arguments to it, no support to it that it's not a challenging time. But a challenging time is not a good time is a conclusion that has been given by us. Challenging times, in my view, are always good for you. You can see from Ramayana to Mahabharata to the forthcoming yugas that we have been crossing over. Every challenging time serves our dinner plate with a lot fancy food in the years to come. And this is the same thing that is right now happening with us. I get the entire world facing the economic slowdown. That's a fact. It's a data driven fact which nobody can deny. I still see a light at the end of the tunnel. This entire economic slowdown has got to light certain things which none of us looked at it before. When today I talk to people, when I talk to trade bodies, when I talk to various country chamber of commerce, in fact, when I interact with clients, one thing that I get to hear is, why were we so dependent on China? आज हमारा import बंद हो गया है China से. We are stuck. We don't have raw material. We don't have the substitute tools to carry on our industry. Forget workmen, labor, lockdown, everything. We don't even have the raw material to go forward. Is that a situation that keeps us or ponders us to a thought? Yes, of course. Why are we so dependent on one country? Have we ever made a research or study to even think that as to why only China ranks one in being a manufacturing hub? What is so different between a country, any Asian country for those reasons, which is of our size? Well, it's a little difficult one while our size. So I think with China, who can compete in terms of population, it's a country like India. So I would say it is not our weakness, but please look at it as our strength. Today, why manufacturing in China is considered to be low cost? It is considered to be low cost because of the size of population, because of their manufacturing cost, because of the cheap labor available out there. When I say cheap, please pardon my language, I mean low cost labor. You have facilities out there where alternatives are available. If something is not readily available as an import, they do it themselves out there in that country. My question to all the people who are listening to me on this platform is, why can't we do that in India? Please hold on for a moment. Please hold our steps for a moment and think as to what is India missing. While I get certain technical errors, while I get one big prodigy is infrastructure. I do get that is a challenge for us. But is the challenge so big that we cannot overcome the problem of starting the manufacturing hub which is considered to be China to be to be shifted to India? I see this pandemic has opened a huge opportunity for India. I did a comparison. I did a comparative analysis to see as to in terms of manufacturing, in terms of supply chain, where does China stand? What were the strengths or what are the strengths of China? Because today, China is again back to square one as we see in the news. But what are its strengths that we miss in India? I do get couple of them that we have certain hazards, we have certain infrastructure problems going on, but why can't we see at the optimistic size? We have a huge population, we have unskilled skilled labor at its peak, we have all sorts of when it comes to land, we are one of the richest resources in terms of any country that could be talked about. When it comes to technology, I would say we are at par. Maybe we are not as good as the developed countries, but we are certainly in the column of a developing country in terms of technology. When you talk about intellect, what is missing today? You see in America, the chief person who's sitting and discussing as to why the manufacturing units of American countries have to be moved from China to India. He is an Indian person. I would go without naming, but he is an Indian person. We have intellect, we have talent. What we need is to come collectively. We have a strength of 133 crore people. It's about us coming together. It's about having faith in ourselves. It's about having trust in ourselves. It's about inheriting whatever our culture, our trade has provided us, our traditions have provided us, and to give it back to the country. Our Prime Minister has had a vision of Make in India. I see today we are in full of those circumstances where we can make his dream come true. It's not about you, it's not about me, it's not about him. It's about us, it's about our country. I get that there are certain challenges. I request each one of them who's present on this platform, why don't you write to us? This entire Namo team is there, they can help you. Please write to them, please reach out to them in terms of challenges that you see as to why India cannot be a manufacturing hub. I have talked about few strength items. I would like to see the challenges, because unless there are challenges, success is not possible. And success is definitely not impossible, it's I am possible. If you write to us, we will definitely take your word. If it's a regulatory hassle, while the government has done a brilliant, fantastic job to ensure that, the FDI in the country is liberalized as much as possible. I was talking a couple of days back to a European organization, and they were so keen. And after this whole pandemic and the way India has come out of it because of the support of its current government, they are very, very, very much impacted with this whole episode, and they are like, we see a lot of strength in this country, and they want to move their manufacturing hubs. They want to shift, in fact, I would say they are manufacturing hubs from China to India. I sort of heard them, and I could sort of see some pain in some challenge points they were talking about regulatory hassles. Yeah, there are certain do's and don'ts. There's a window of do's and don'ts within which you have to operate. But I think that's a fair point. Very recently, the government came up with, to some press note 3 to ensure that there are no hostile takeovers. But that does not mean that it's an impediment or it's a roadblock as to you cannot go ahead. It's just a do's and don'ts. It is an approval route. You just have to walk within the approval route to reach the destination. There had to be somebody to catch their hand and take them through that. And I feel, and that whole journey with that organization was a journey for me itself. It was just about me spreading a word, having a chat with them as to what things are possible, what is not possible. And I saw that there was so much of inclination for in them, to shift their hubs from China to India. Today we are rich in resources. Today, there is a significant amount of import that is happening. I would say, why should our country depend on import for raw materials? We have been talking, about our strengths. Why cannot that whole import happen in India? Why cannot we make our skilled and unskilled, unemployed people get into the domain of employment? Why cannot we raise the level of employment in our own country by shifting that move into our country? Today, India allows 100% FDI in ports and infrastructure projects. India is, like I'm being repeatedly saying, rich in land resource, rich in other resources. Why can't we have strong warehouses, ports, and everything being built in India? 95% of our ports, in terms of data, if you are asking me, facilitate the infrastructure import. Why can't we do that in India ourselves? Why are we so dependent on any other country? I really request and urge upon the people who are listening to me on this platform, please spread a word. Please talk to people. Talk to people globally, not only in this country. Yes, domestic manufacturing is something definitely we should look at, but I would request you to also look at, also to spread a word for encouraging people to start global manufacturing hubs into India. Please talk to them about the greenfield projects, the brownfield projects. If somebody who doesn't understand the difference between greenfield and brownfield project, for those people on the platform, greenfield project वो होते हैं basically आप अपने आप से by yourself, individually by your own self, you start in India. You come as a fresher and you start everything by yourself. Brownfield projects वो होते हैं where you partner with somebody, you make an alliance with somebody who's already existing in some domain of the business that you're looking at, and you do a partnership, say a 30%, 49%, and you come and you join them in India. There are a lot of options. If not only greenfield, brownfield, there are lot many other options which I would request you all to clearly explore. If you still have doubts as to how is this possible, what is, I would again request, please reach out the team who had an access to this platform. There's everybody to help you. But I request that the Make in India initiative that was started way back by our Prime Minister, it's now high time that
लैंड एक्विजिशन के लॉज बड़े ही स्ट्रिंजेंट हैं और मैन्युफैक्चरिंग सेक्टर को बहुत ज़्यादा रियायतें सरकार से नहीं मिलती हैं। तो ये इश्यूज़ को लेके जो है हम किस तरीके से डील कर सकते हैं आने वाले टाइम में मैन्युफैक्चरिंग को बड़ा बड़ा एनकरेज करने के लिए?
ओके, जहाँ तक लैंड एक्विजिशन का सवाल है, जैसे मैंने अपने स्टार्ट के उसमें कहा था, देर आर डूज एंड डोंट्स विद इन विच वील हैव टू ऑपरेट. वी ऑल्सो हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड कि टुडे द गवर्नमेंट इज वर्किंग फॉर अस. I get that there are certain problems, but the problems are not such that they are not resolvable. And given if, like I said, you have to reach the right person to take your word to the right person, and that is the challenge. So I request today, जितने भी लोग हमें सुन रहे हैं यहाँ पे इस प्लेटफॉर्म पे, if you are facing any such problem, I request please reach out to us. We will take you to the right department, right person, and ensure कि आपकी जो भी problem है within the do's and don'ts जो government ने policies बनाई है, and if within those policies you are trying to do something, it will certainly get resolved. Because see, आज if I am reading and I am very hopeful and I have experienced this, it's not about only being hopeful. I have experienced this कि आज हमारी government अगर foreign direct investment की policies liberalize कर रही है, they are encouraging foreign investors to enter into India. They are encouraging other investors to invest into India. It is not for the purposes कि आप अपने resources को utilize नहीं करें, because if we develop that kind of a restriction or that kind of a constraint, how are we going to move forward? So that's not definitely not the intent of the government and any of the ministry sectors segments that I see. It is about us to create a channel, and that channel has to reach the right set of people. It is about the channel. That chain has to be created by people like us, and it is very important that today's youth participates in these kind of channels, because unless and until we form a chain and spread the word, what we are trying to create is, it's not a one man responsibility. It's Make in India cannot be Mr. Modi's responsibility alone. He has given a vision in our hands. We have to fulfill it. If there are challenges, there is a path which can be taken to him, and in appropriate do's and don'ts, it will be resolved. In my view, that's how it has to be looked at.
ओके, कुछ एक दो तीन क्वेश्चंस जो हैं वो आई थिंक इट हैज़ ऑलरेडी बीन स्पोकन बाय संगीता, तो थोड़े से रिपीटेटिव हैं। एक काफ़ी इम्पोर्टेंट क्वेश्चन आया है जो जिसके बारे में बात करना चाहूँगा। दिस हैज़ बीन आस्क्ड फ्रॉम नॉर्थ ईस्ट, आसाम से हैं, रजनीश गुप्ता नाम है इनका। इन्होंने सवाल पूछा है, वाई इंडिया हैज़ अ चांस टू रिप्लेस चाइना एज अ ग्लोबल इकोनॉमिक लीडर पोस्ट कोविड-19 क्राइसिस।
Siddharth, can you please repeat the question? I lost a word of it in between.
Question is why India has a chance to replace China as a global economic leader post COVID-19 crisis.
See, there are two parts to it, Siddharth. One is that we don't have to replace China. I have said this before also. It's not about competition with China. China is in the forefront and it's all across in the news. It's an example where we are talking about it being a manufacturing hub and now the shift happening. So there is no question of replacement. The question is there is an opportunity for India. And I gave the key factors as to where the opportunity comes from. The opportunity comes predominantly because of the population. The opportunity comes predominantly of the rich resources that we have. The opportunity comes predominantly above on the amount of land that we have. The opportunity comes about the cooperative government that we have and the initiatives that are being taken by the government to ensure that this country becomes a global manufacturing hub and supply chain for the benefit of each and every individual and citizen of it. So it has nothing to do with China. I would say that in every segment of thought that we are today doing our action, we should keep aside any comparison that we have, and we have to take it as our own initiative, as our own vision, as our own mission.
ठीक है.
It's an extremely important point, and considering I can see the participants who are there on this platform, I really request, don't consider yourself as a competitor to any country. Please consider this country by itself. I repeat, I know I'm repeating this. Please consider this country by itself to be an independent pillar. See, we are the country having one of the eight wonders of world in in our country. It cannot be as rich as it is. We are one of the countries with highest population, best tourism industry, best IT industry, best I would say developing infrastructure industry. So our resources are really rich. You don't have to worry about whether we are a China or not, and we don't have to be a China in real sense.
सेकंड लास्ट क्वेश्चन शैलेश पांडे जी हैं गाजीपुर से। उनका पूछना है कि एमएसएमई और एसएमईज को लेके गवर्नमेंट की क्या पॉलिसीज होनी चाहिए पोस्ट कोविड?
See, MSMEs and startups are one sector which practically will be hit by COVID-19. I would say that the government has already, whatever I'm reading, whatever I'm researching, and whatever I'm seeing, government has come up with a lot of packages for these sectors. I would say these sectors as a group should also approach the government as to what they see can be resolving their problems. Like from if you see from a banking perspective, our respected governor has already announced moratoriums, loan packages, and liquidity into the banks. It's about, see, in and all the MSMEs and startups also have to buy one point. In every business there's an element of risk. There is no business which is risk free. So we cannot evaluate on the basis ki, risk to ho hi nahi sakta, I will not be able to do this. No, when you are doing any business there is an element of risk, but it has to be strategically thought, it has to be strategically planned. But if there are certain regulatory hiccups coming your way, if there are any regulatory hassles coming post COVID-19 your way, because I see that except funding is one thing which will get impacted, which the RBI is taking care of. Apart from that, it could be a time effect management that will come into place. But apart from that, if there are any other issues, I really request people, they can write to us on this platform and we could definitely help them if there's something, and but in my view, government is doing all that is possible for the MSME sectors as well.
Last question, because उसके बाद में काफी सारे questions आ रहे हैं, but most of them I think it has already been answered by Sangeeta.
No problem, and they can write to us on this platform and we can answer. But I'll take this last one more question.
Team will ensure. हाँ. Last question यही है Sangeeta कि the question which has been asked is कि the thing is that there is a tussle between the government, the bureaucracy, and the politicians, which is leading a lot of project delays and all that is happening in the country. It has been improved since Modi government has come to the power. Now, what should be the next step and the vision in the coming years for the country?
See, while this question is not very directly related to what I'm speaking today and getting this to the platform, but I see the tussle between bureaucracy and regulator will always live, because like I said, unless there is a challenge standing in front of us, we will not learn how to overcome it, because those are our elements of existence. Because if that does not exist, then there will not be challenges. Like for example, today there are many policies that come out, where you will find that there is a fine line difference that is there between the regulator and the department, but it is in nobody's hand. It's not like it's a situation that could be handled and has not been handled, but it is something that has to really do with a lot of practical impact. For example, you must be reading about press note 3, where where the government has come up with a circular where they say that any country sharing borders with China, or India sharing borders with any other countries, will have to ensure that they have FDI through an approval route. And then suddenly we saw a lot of questions coming out on beneficial ownership and FPI investment. But I would not say that's a tussle between bureaucracy and the regulator. It's a fine line difference as to see that because there will certainly be an impact. We know a lot of investments come through Hong Kong, Taiwan, and other countries as well, which are on the borders of India. But it's not nothing to do with bureaucracy. If you see, the intent is very clear to ensure that the country is protected from any kind of hostile takeover. Now that is something we as large will have to understand. It cannot be called as a tussle between bureaucracy and regulator. It's not a tussle, and you cannot expect something coming out overnight to see as to, because an overnight announcement was needed. Because had this announcement not happened, by now we would have, most of our small companies would have been under hostile takeover, which would have definitely not been good. Sometimes being in gray is the demand of time. It's not called for upon, and it cannot be, you cannot filter it onto, or you cannot put it into a can saying that this is right and this is wrong. I would say that sometimes it's good to be with time and see things unfolding, because the government also needs time to think through and come back with certainties.
Amber, do you have any question last? Amber has one question.
Ji. Thank you very much, Sangeeta ji and Siddharth ji. Before I move on to the question answers round, which we usually do from YouTube and Narendra Modi app.
Siddharth, for some reason I cannot hear Amber. Could you please put forward his question to me?
Yes, Amber.
Yes, can you hear me now? Sangeeta ji, namaste. Hear me now? Can you hear me now? Siddharth ji, can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear
okay.
you. Go ahead, aap bataiye.
Sure. So, yes, thank you very much, Sangeeta ji and Siddharth ji, for an intriguing discussion on this topic. Now, before we move on to take YouTube questions, I have one question of myself, which I would like to ask Sangeeta ji. That is that how can a common person like me help in uplifting our country's economy? That is a question, and a quick follow-up to that question is also how can schemes like Digital India and Mudra Yojana help in uplifting our economy? Sangeeta ji, could you hear me? Were you able to hear me?
Got your question, Amber. I got your question. See, the point is, it's not about you, me, and anybody. I think every individual can contribute. While today I'm speaking on this platform, I think that my way of contribution to what I'm speaking on is by reaching out to you people, and in being in discussions with you people on this subject, and you telling that why don't we spread this word. Similarly, a common man, who reads the various yojnas, the various schemes that the government is coming around, you have to ensure that you form collectively a group and see the reach of these schemes and yojnas that are happening. And if they are not in the appropriate direction, we as educated people, do have an access to go, and we know which is the right platform. And like I said, if sometimes it's just good, you can use one resource and make ensure that your voice reaches. Like today, everybody on this platform, when I'm speaking about make in India, when I'm speaking about creating India as a manufacturing hub, because the global environment is looking to shift from China to any other country which could help them, is why cannot we spread this word? Why cannot we talk to people? Why cannot we reach out to trade bodies and see what we can create and how we can spread this, not only domestically but globally?
Thank you very much, Sangeeta ji. Uh, can you hear me? Are
Siddharth,
you
can
able
you
to hear
hear
me?
Yes,
Ambar?
yes,
I
yes,
cannot
yes.
hear him.
I can hear Amber. Yes,
Yes.
I can hear both of you. हाँ.
Okay. Question है before we conclude this session for today. एक क्वेश्चन है आपके लिए, आप सुन पा रहे हैं?
या ओके, ठीक है, बोलिए जल्दी.
जी, एक है कि considering the impact on rural industries by the people, the transport and supply chain is interrupted for them. How can we support them after the lockdown is lifted? एक क्वेश्चन है समाज को लेके, इसको थोड़ा आप इस पे प्रकाश डालेंगे तो अच्छा रहेगा.
हाँ, बिल्कुल. ट्रांसपोर्ट को लेके जैसा कि मैंने कहा कि भाई जो इंटरस्टेट ट्रांसपोर्ट जो है आपका, इंटरस्टेट कॉमर्स है, उसमें आपस में जो 2 स्टेट गवर्नमेंट्स हैं उनकी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी बहुत ज़्यादा होती है उस चीज़ को फैसिलिटेट करने में. तो जो है गवर्नमेंट का तो बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट रोल है ही है. साथ-साथ में जितने भी एनजीओज़ हैं, जितने भी मतलब फाइनेंशियल सेल्फ ग्रुप्स हैं, उनका भी काफ़ी इम्पोर्टेंट रोल बनता है. जो ट्रेड बॉडीज़ जिनकी मैं बात कर रहा हूँ, हर डिस्ट्रिक्ट में ट्रेड बॉडीज़ होती हैं. वो जो है ट्रांसपोर्टर्स को काफ़ी हेल्प करती है. बेसिकली जो आपके इसेंशियल चीज़ें जो सप्लाई करते हैं अक्रॉस बॉर्डर, अक्रॉस स्टेट्स, तो लोकल ट्रेड बॉडीज़ जो हैं वो उनकी बात उठा सकती हैं. जो भी इनके लोकल बॉडी टैक्सेस हैं डिस्ट्रिक्ट वाइज, स्टेट वाइज, वो भी सारे के सारे जो हैं वो टाइम बीइंग अबॉलिश कर देने चाहिए. बिकॉज होता क्या है, उन टैक्सेस की वजह से क्या है कि आपके काफ़ी चीज़ें जो है वो बढ़ जाती हैं. जीएसटी में भी मेरे हिसाब से इसके अंदर रिलैक्सेशन देना बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. जो भी जो ट्रांसपोर्ट के बिजनेस में है, जो भी कंज्यूमर एक्टिविटीज़ में जो इन्वॉल्व हैं, तो ये सब चीज़ें जो है इसके ऊपर अगर एक पॉलिसी वर्कआउट सरकारें आपस में मिलकर करें, अल्टीमेटली द कोऑर्डिनेशन इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. सो कोऑर्डिनेशन happens properly, I think it can be facilitated. It should not be a problem.
थैंक यू वेरी मच सिद्धार्थ जी. अंकुर जी कुछ कहना चाहते हैं?
हाँ अंकुर जी.
हाँ, सिद्धार्थ भाई, एक लास्ट कंक्लूडिंग क्वेश्चन है. हमारे जो पुनीत जी हैं, जो हमारा रेगुलरली इवेंट्स हमारे ऑर्गेनाइज करवाते हैं और बहुत अच्छा करते हैं, तो ये उनके तरफ से एक सवाल है कि जो बड़े शहरों के जो बड़े हॉटस्पॉट्स हैं, अगर वो इम्पैक्टेड हैं इतना ज्यादा, तो हमारे छोटे शहर मेक इन इंडिया में कैसे हेल्पफुल हो सकते हैं या कैसे कंट्रीब्यूट कर सकते हैं? हम छोटे शहरों से क्या एक्सपेक्ट कर सकते हैं?
बहुत ही अच्छा सवाल है. छोटे शहर जो है उनके पास में लैंड भी है, उनके पास में लेबर भी है, और जो एक तरीके से आप देखेंगे कि डेमोग्राफिक ट्रांजिशन बहुत ज़्यादा हो गया था. आपने देखा होगा जितने बड़े शहर हैं हमारे देश के, चाहे दिल्ली हुआ चाहे मुंबई हुआ, इनमें बहुत ज़्यादा एक थ्रस्ट बढ़ गया था लेबर का. बिकॉज लेबर क्या थी, आमतौर पर जो फार्म एक्टिविटीज़ में होती थी वो सारी की सारी लेबर बन के बाद में शहरों में चली गई. मैं इसको इस तरीके से पॉजिटिव डेवलपमेंट देखता हूँ कि वापस जो ये रेट्रोग्रेसिव पीछे की तरफ जो एक वो हुआ है कि रिवर्स माइग्रेशन जो हुआ है हमारी सोसाइटी में, एक जो रिवर्स पलायन जो हुआ है कोविड की वजह से, वो एक बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट रोल प्ले करेगा. बिकॉज ये लेबर जो है वो एक स्किल्ड लेबर है. उसने काफ़ी साल जो है बड़े शहर में काम किया है, बड़े बड़े इंडस्ट्रियल यूनिट्स में काम किया है, बड़े बड़े प्रोजेक्ट्स पे काम किया है. तो अब वो लेबर जो है वापस अपने गाँव जाएगी तो वो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट रोल प्ले कर सकती है. इस वजह से मेरा मानना ये है कि आप जो छोटे शहर के जो सिटीज़ हैं, जहाँ पे आमतौर पे मैं देखता हूँ, जैसे मैं जब मुंबई में था तो मैं देखता था आमतौर पे जो लेबर थी मुंबई में वो ज़्यादा करके यूपी, बिहार, राजस्थान, कर्नाटका, इन स्टेट से ज़्यादा लेबर वहाँ पे थी। अब जब वो लेबर क्योंकि इतनी ज़्यादा हार्ड वर्किंग है, वो मैनुअली भी काम कर सकती है, वो स्किल्ड भी है, उस चीज़ का जो यूज़ है वो अल्टीमेटली मेक इन इंडिया में और हमारे मैन्युफैक्चरिंग जो सेक्टर है उसकी ग्रोथ में इन लोगों का हेल्प लिया जा सकता है, असिस्टेंस लिया जा सकता है। तो जैसे जैसे टाइम आगे बढ़ेगा आई थिंक अपना इकोनॉमिक जोन्स वगैरह जो है वो बढ़ सकते हैं काफ़ी आने वाले टाइम में, काफ़ी चीज़ें जो है वो इंक्रीज हो सकती हैं। तो दे गोइंग टू बी अ वेरी गुड रिसोर्स इन द फ्यूचर which government can tap and the manufacturing sector can tap.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Siddharth.
Okay.
थैंक यू वेरी मच सिद्धार्थ जी। आज की परिचर्चा बहुत ही अच्छी रही है, काफी इंफॉर्मेटिव रही है और मैं कहूँगा थोड़ी टेक्निकल भी रही है।
yes.
हाँ, तो इसको जैसे हम लोग बोलते हैं ब्रेनस्टॉर्मिंग सेशन हुआ है आज, बहुत अच्छा। और खासकर कि जो स्टूडेंट्स हैं और जो एंथुजियास्ट रहते हैं उनके लिए काफी अच्छी चर्चा रही है ये। तो आप सबका धन्यवाद करता हूँ मैं नरेंद्र मोदी ऐप वर्चुअल मीट में जुड़ने का। अब सभी यूट्यूब और नरेंद्र मोदी ऐप के भी जो दर्शक हैं उनसे भी मैं धन्यवाद करते हुए मैं अब इस परिचर्चा को समाप्त करने की इजाजत चाहता हूँ अंकुर जी से।